Good afternoon, everyone. It's Friday. Yay. Anyway, I was watching or listening to something and it goes on to another video sometimes automatically, and this supposed psychic comes on, and it's about whether animals are in heaven or not. And I just, it's so hard to believe anything you listen to or whatever on these video podcasts, etc., because a lot of them are looking for subjects to talk about, or they may not be real. They may not, it might all be an act. And they're making money, and whenever there's money involved, well, for me, there's doubt on whether or not everything is genuine. And I do understand people have to make money. I get it, especially today. Everybody's struggling. But for those who want to know if animals go to heaven, I have a story for you, my story. And I'm not asking you for any money. This is my opinion based on my experience. And this may help somebody. Years ago, we had a young cat who was an adolescent cat, and it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to get up so early because I taught, and I had to be to school by 7 a.m., sometimes 6:45, and I had to get my kids to pre-care before care for school. It's insane we even do this stuff, but it's dark outside, and she got out, and I didn't see her because it's dark, and I had on those heavy-heeled shoes, the wide, more platform-like, heavy-heeled, not platform, but bigger-heeled shoe, bigger-soled shoe. And this is probably, it had to have been 2000 or so. 2000. Anyway, I had to run back into the house for something, and she got under my feet, and I kicked her, and I came down on her with that sole in my shoe, with the full weight of my body. I went down and caught myself with my hands. I'm lucky I didn't break my wrist. I've done that before, by the way, when I was younger, but I broke her back, and I killed her, and it was horrific, honestly. I was devastated. My kids were in the car. I didn't know what to do. I started calling. I think I was going to call somebody, and then I went back, and she was gone. She went very quickly because I broke her back. And I went ahead and brought them to daycare, and I went ahead to work, and I talked to some people, and, I got to be honest with them. I laid her out in the backyard where something wouldn't get to her, and she was in a good position before she got stiff. And I went to school. I was a wreck, and I knew I was going to have to explain this. When I got home, I showed my oldest son, the little one. He was too small, but I explained to him what had happened. It was an accident, and I was crying and digging a hole and devastated. I felt so guilty about what had happened. And my son, he was like 4 years old, and he was standing there, and he was like, "It's okay, Mama." It was late 90s, I think, and he said, "It's okay, Mama. It's going to be okay." And I was explaining to him that gets to go to heaven. She gets a new body that never gets sick, and she can run and play forever. And then one day we'll get to see her again. Her name was Sophie, by the way. And then 4 years later, he and my youngest son were in a major car accident, which I've done a video on before, but he had an NDE. And 3 months after, he was out of the hospital for 3 months, which he had to go back a year later for reconstructive surgery. It was very serious. I was told many times he wasn't going to make it. I think I counted 5 doctors, including my own stepfather. But that's what it looked like, not to blame them at all. But God decided otherwise, and he sent him back with this story that he didn't tell me for 3 months because he felt bad. And I found out why he didn't want to tell me, because he said, "I'm sorry, Mama, I didn't want to come back." And I hugged him and kissed him and told him, "It's okay, baby. I wouldn't have either, but obviously he has plans for you." But the story's much longer. But one thing he said was such conviction. "You were right, Mama." I said, "I was right about what?" He said, "There are animals there. I saw them. They're playing." So from an 8-year-old little boy in the southern part of the United States, nearly 20 years ago, I say with conviction that God takes care of the children. And it's a wonderful place. And yes, the animals are there. Y'all have a blessed day. And hang in there. We need all the good people we can. Love to you all. Bye for now.